Amigos, buenos dias. You join me here in the showering area. I'm just, I was half dressed. I got a top on and some shorts, and I thought, you know what, it's just easier in a wet tent to bring everything else up here, go to the loo and get rechanged. And according to a professional who has just won, she's an American, I think she might be Canadian, she's just won Badlands, which is at the bottom of Spain, finished the other day. She basically competed riding the same distance that we're doing in however many weeks. She's done it in 2 days. Anyway, she says use preparation H on any skin swelling. So there's a tip for you. I don't know if blisters and welts and pressure sores count as that, but I'm sticking it on. So hopefully that'll work. Wow. What a thunder and lightning storm last night again. But this was big time and it was right over us. Wow. That went on for quite a long time. It was so noisy in the tent. But I actually had a whiskey last night and that did knock me out a bit. So that was good. That was good. So, although I still had a bit of broken sleep, I probably had the best sleep I've had since I've been here maybe. So that's good. Hopefully that means I'm going to be ready for the miles that we have to do today to get to the next campsite. Right. Better get on with the day. Bye everybody, especially me amigos Bridget and Dave. Hola. And my dad, who as he pointed out yesterday, I forced him to go on Instagram so he could watch these videos. Hi Dad, yeah, you can get off Instagram at the end. Alright. Have a good day everybody. Ooh, also, we've hit the target. But, you know, anyone is inspired by my journey and would like to help, basically it's a charity, Jeremiah's Journey, who work with supporting bereaved children who are just losing their lives, their personality, their mind, their everything because they've lost their mum or their dad or their main caregiver. And these people in Plymouth do an absolutely fantastic job. And the thing I also really like about them is that they absolutely try and put every penny they run on a real frugal budget. They don't have well-paid CEOs and all this sort of nonsense. Everyone does part-time, they all chip in, and whatever I can raise makes a huge difference. So yeah, if you still want to give, go to Just Giving, search for Grace Jevons, you'll see me and Jerry Bear. I should get Jerry Bear in a video later, maybe tomorrow, maybe I don't even know what's going to happen. It's still pretty moody outside and probably get wet today. Días 12, 11 septiembre, lunes. Maybe wasn't the best idea having the garlic chicken for tea. I stopped what I thought was going to be a wee and a horrible surprise poo came out. Never had that before. Got into the town and there were 2 pharmacies, both were closed. Then happened to go the wrong way and by chance passed an open pharmacy and the guy had some natural, really good, strong stuff. But I still sweated the rest of the day out like I had a fever. But yeah, that is how the Camino provides. Things pop up just when you need them. Not sure many miles were achieved today, but thankfully there was another campsite at Playa Otur. Really nice people. Learnt a new word in Spanish, plano, which means flat. Sadly, there was not a flat pitch, so I spent the night sort of falling out of the side of the tent, my air bloody epoxy mat thing. But yeah, really nice campsite, really nice feel, and we decided we'd stay a couple of days. I was feeling really rough, and by the time we got here, I was really quite wiped out and needed definitely a day to restore. Walked up to the supermercado ridiculously fast, but did get some food inside me that day. Day 13, my lucky day. I was feeling rough as rats, but we did make it to the supermercado. We did make it down to the beach, which was probably fresh air that I really needed. We also met a mad toilet cleaning man who loved playing Rolling Stones and the Beatles, and he did so in the toilet, and he taught us how to say shit in Spanish, which I can't remember what that is now. I did have an awful night's sleep. There was a lump under my back as well, and I had weird dreams, and I just still really wasn't feeling well. And we went and asked the guy, because a beautiful friend Judy, she was concerned about my health and she wanted to donate me a night in a hotel room, but there was no moving off that site today. But we did go and ask if we could have one of the cabins, but that's a minimum of 2 nights. And he asked if I was a peregrino, a pilgrim, and I said yes. And so he let us have one of the little smelly caravans for a night, which was kind of good. The mattress is like the hardest thing I've ever slept on, but I had a huge nap today, like 3 hours in the afternoon, and slept in, and yeah, it was much needed. I was not feeling bueno. It did tickle me though how luxurious some white plastic garden chairs, you know, like the typical garden furniture, and the table can feel sitting there to eat your dinner when you've been on your backside scoffing for a few days. Day 14, but it's actually the 13th of September. Maybe this will be my lucky day. Up and out pretty quickly. That was great. Quite the day of churches and chapels, and a really nice ride today. And once you see a walker, then you just end up like see 1, then you see 6. They were, we seem to be meeting up with a lot more people on the path now. And we headed up this footpath, and it was really like another rooty, gnarly old path. And I looked up, and there's my other half, like, fallen over in the bush. It really left quite an indent. He put his foot down, and there was no ground. So yeah, that was quite funny. Something that wasn't quite so funny, I suddenly had this need to go to the toilet, like right flipping now. And my other half was like, oh, let's wait for a hotel. And I had a really strong feeling that waiting for a hotel was absolutely not going to work. Just some yards, we were just coming into the outskirts of a village, and he pointed to a tiny derelict like house shed, like a tumble down rocky thing full of brambles. There was no way to get right in and gain any sort of privacy, but by that point I absolutely did not care. I wouldn't even care if someone had come in. No sooner had I got my shorts down than literally my insides fell out of my body. Hell's teeth. Oh my word, it was literally like nothing I've ever had before. You feel absolutely washed out after a poo like that, but also so relieved and joyful that you actually made it. And we got into the next town, which I think was Navia, and we went to get our stamps from the tourist office, and this lady was like, oh, are you okay? And I said, oh no, mi estómago es mal. And so she sent me to the supermarket where there were free loos, and she said get bicarbonate of soda and fresh lemon juice. I don't know why I hadn't thought of this before, and it absolutely made my day. We had a pavement picnic on the bench, and we rode to this beautiful campsite, Grandella. It was a really cute, really lovely flat site, nice showers, very relaxed. We went cycling, took all the kit off the bike, which was so light on the bike. We rode down to the beach where we had a meal and rode up a bit drunk and dark. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and look out for the others in the series on this playlist, and more to come, and all the other videos that I have made and going to be making. And do hit the like and the subscribe, and yay! Join the Ring of Roses for more of this.